Green receiving this, the first semi-final from the FIVB 4-star Huntington Beach event here in the USA. And it's side out straight away for Brazil. And that sends Barbara back for the first serve. Nice play. Interesting start for Brazil, going after Sarah Pavan, the taller of the two players for Canada by some way, and maybe considered difficult to stop at the net. Be interesting to see how that pans out for Brazil, whether that was intentional, what they've got up their sleeve in trying to deal with Sarah Pavan. There's one thing they are going to have to deal with is her blocking, almost put down, but a decent side out by Fernanda. Just got the ball away before Pavan could finish her block properly. And it's Fernanda with the serve. That one's not going to make it back. Brazil that time going after Melissa. It was a decent break, but unfortunately for Fernanda, didn't quite get the touch she wanted. Swing from Barbara, getting that past Pavan, the two lefties going at each other. Fernanda jumping into the cross court, and that opened up the line for Sarah to roll it into. A comfortable side out for Canada as Pavan now goes with the serve, and she'll go running through to block. Well, she won't need to. It's an ace serve for Canada, and at the end change, it's Canada who have the lead. Barbara just not really getting a decent platform to work from. Suspicions that may well have been going out, but no call. Fernanda gets the block out anyway. Nothing you can do, and it catches your elbow like that, goes out of play. Line block signalled against Pavan, a cross-court block against Melissa. But it's not a good pass from Pavan, and this tactic from Brazil working well so far. Pavan not moving her feet.
Really tough serve there, moving around.
Brazil. Same call being given by Barbara. Line block against Pavan. Barbara sits in the cross court, but that's a tame hit from Sarah Pavan. Didn't really commit to that one.
We got 6-4.
Fernanda goes up. Just wonder what Pavan was thinking, trying to perhaps get a roll, but neither happening, and it's a good lead now for Brazil, up by 2. Nice early call and a good lead by Melissa as that one went over her head. Strong rotation this for Canada, with Pavan in at the net already. That's a great swing, cross court. Melissa sat in the cross court but didn't get opposite the power. That was being delivered, so Brazil able to side out comfortably. Little change up now in the blocking. They're going cross court against Pavan and line against Melissa. Good chase. But it's an excellent block.
Fernanda diving into the angle.
And a good change as well. It was a line block initially against Melissa. That was Doug. And then in transition, in the rally, they changed and went cross-court, and it paid off. Great serve, excellent serve from Barbara. That caught Pavan a little bit by surprise, wasn't able to step to her right to contain the ball, and it's a 4-point lead now for Brazil at the end change.
And timeout, first team timeout of the day coming from Pavan.
Unsurprisingly, Canada have called a timeout. Well, at the moment, it just looks like Sarah Pavan's taking a while to get warmed up. And credit to Brazil, they're taking full advantage. Well, it's a magical setting here at Huntington Beach. Great part of the world to come and explore and to play beach volleyball. And it's just fantastic. Some lovely coastline all the way up to Long Beach, Redondo, Manhattan, and so on. Fantastic venues, fantastic beaches, and some fantastic beach volleyball. It was a net touch by Brazil as that one was hit by Melissa. Oh, that's a great serve. Well, it's a little bit gusty out here on centre court. There, some of the wind is contained by the bleachers, but this one just moved around a little bit, wasn't sure when it was going to drop, thought it was going out, but it's landed right on that line. Excellent serve. Good dig, but equally good by Barbara, and a clever play from Fernanda. It was a little tight to the net, she couldn't make the set, and went with the pokey, and they have their point, they have the ball. Oh, great pickup. And it's a great finish as well. Excellent work from Barbara. She was flat out to retrieve the ball to the line, but up very, very quickly. Read it, full stretch, makes the pickup, gets up, and then has the presence of mind to make the roll. What a pickup that is. Good work from Melissa. She was holding Barbara in the cross court, facing cross, rolled it to the line, and that one was a little bit too far away for Barbara to decide she wanted to run after. Sometimes on the beach you have to pick your moments. You don't want to be chasing everything down if you know you're not going to get it. And some of the top players won't even bother. And it's an unforced error that time from Fernanda.
1 point to the tech.
So Canada still... precision. Fernanda signalling line blocks now against Pavan and Melissa. Pavan, they try and shut down, gets a touch, but it's away from Barbara. Too much from Barbara.
And lead changes hands again, back to Canada.
Just having slight issues at the moment. So Fernanda it was with the wild swing. Just struggling a little bit with her serve. Canada continuing to go after her. Struggling to deal with the serve, and again, issues here. And well played from Pavan, staying in at the net. That's going to be an illegal attack from Sarah Pavan, who's guilty of an indoor play of what we call tipping the ball over, kind of throwing it. It's not allowed on the beach.
Ripping away Melissa.
Good work for Canada. They have their side out, they're back in front again.
It'll be the 25-year-old out of Toronto.
Reverse play, Melissa gets it off the block and away from Barbara. A line call against Fernanda, this time bringing her inside. Melissa sat in the cross. And gets the points. Despite a good break from Fernanda, she wasn't able to guide that ball to Barbara, and it's Brazil who call a timeout.
And a timeout, team timeout.
Brazil so good at breaking from the net. High hand Steve at that one, going away from Barbara. Well, despite the wobble from Sarah Pavan, it's Brazil who find themselves behind in this first set, trailing by 2. Tidy side out from Brazil. That's the art of good volleyball. It's making it look easy, and that's exactly what the Brazil do with this side out. Testing serve from Canada to deal with. A bit of power from Barbara, an early snap beats Canada. Brazil back level. So close, but not quite enough for Melissa to get onto. And a little bit of luck for Brazil, they'll take it. They're not even going to apologise for it. It's all part of the game now. Ace serve for Brazil, and now they edge in front. Well read. Excellent play Barbara was paying attention, watching what Melissa Paredes was doing. You can volley the ball over the net so long as you're facing the way that you're volleying. The ball has to travel through your shoulder line. It was well read by Barbara. Brazil now 2 in front, make that 3 in front. Another testing serve. They've been probing that middle, going across one player into another. That was a ball that was heading past Pavan into Melissa. Pavan's taken it and she's played it away from her partner. Wonderful serve from Barbara. Brazil with a tidy lead in this first set. Another tough serve for Canada to deal with. And they can't deal with it. It's now set points for Brazil. More trouble for Canada, and it's an ace serve from Barbara, and Brazil take the first set, 21-16.
That is a big finish from the Brazilians.
It's been about the serving of Brazil, and they have made it very difficult for Canada. Sarah Pavan has struggled. Not containing the ball. And what I mean by that is not getting your leg and your knees outside the ball in order to make the pass. And excellent play from Brazil. They are 1 set to the good. This is the view from centre court of the event here at Huntington Beach, right next to the pier. It's been a fantastic week of beach volleyball, culminating now in the semi-finals and finals to come. Second set underway. Brazil with the serve. They lead 1 set to nothing over Canada. To go back over as it caught Fernanda in the block. The FIVB have been testing a new system whereby the block doesn't count as a touch. That has happened over a few events this year, and the results, as it were, of that testing are now being analysed and studied, and decisions will be made as to whether or not it will be implemented and the block will not count as a touch. Right now, though, it does. Good chase from Melissa. Yeah, both teams are playing some excellent defense. Barbara has a look. Didn't go for the line, but is able to thread the needle, gets that inside the block and inside the defender.
Tied up at 1.
Really good play from Barbara. She had a look. She knew exactly where the block was. She knew where the defender was. And she knew exactly where she wanted to put the ball. Bright start this for Brazil. Oh, they've got themselves another ace, courtesy of the top of the net. They had one in the last set, and they've got one right off the bat here in the first set. In the second set, I should say. 2-1 up. And the serve again causing a few issues for Canada. Good chase. Barbara's onto it, but it's too close to the net. The angle running away from Fernanda. And Canada get their side out. With the serve. Nice block from Pavan. First one she's made in the match.
Sarah Pavan wrapping one up, 3-2.
This is what she's there to do, and she's done it perfectly. And another one, 2 in a row for Pavan, off the back of a, you'd say it was a good serve, it was a lucky serve. It caught the top of the net, it put Fernanda in a bit of trouble.
In the world, serving at 4-2.
Pavan backing it up with a great block. Big swing from Barbara. That's one thing that Barbara does so well. She's not one of the tallest players. She's got a good jump, fast arm. And she's able to get the swing away. Great arm swing, really good technique. Gets up, opens up the shoulder, and then everything through the ball. Too hard and too quick for Melissa to deal with. Nice break from Fernanda. And a good read by Melissa, having to scramble across to get to the line. Barbara's onto that one. That's too wide, unlucky. That was a shame, he just appeared then. Barbara just lost sight of where she was in relation to the court with that roll shot. Put too much angle on it, but a great rally. Canada delighted to have won it. They now lead by 2, trailing by 1 set to nothing. Nice blocking again. Well, Pavan's woken up. Well, this is a very different Canada in this second set. Oh, that was close. That's a great lead by Fernanda. She left one in the first set that landed in, and that was definitely a serve where she was probably in 2 minds as to whether to take it or not. Great decision to leave it.
That is out to bounds.
Force there
back to 1.
From Melissa. They've been very, very solid in this second set up to that point. In the zone, and you'll see all these players have their pre-serve routine, all very different.
Beautiful
All
shot
very
down
important.
line
That's a
to the
lovely
line.
line roll cross court. 2 cross-court blocks being signalled by Barbara. Fernanda's going to try and shut down Pavan in the cross, and didn't really commit to what she wanted to do then. Fernanda kind of breaking from the net because Pavan was slightly off of the net. So Canada get the side out. They lead by 3. Pavan with the serve. She'll come scurrying to the net to block again. No, she won't this time. Good lead by Fernanda. Cross-court block signalled again by Brazil. They've been changing it around during the course of the match. Oh, a big swing at last. Pavan unleashes on the ball. Just wonder whether all that strapping that Pavan's got on her lower back is affecting her ability to play 100%. That's really the first big swing we've seen from her. Although it's not all about hitting the ball hard. It's about making sure it hits the sand on the lines or inside the lines.
Timeout, team timeout from Brazil.
Good pick up from Melissa and a great put away by Pavan.
Okay, keep it here.
Brazil it is who called the timeout.
And now we'll
such
take
is the
our
level
timeout.
of both of these teams that trying to find space on court is really difficult. That was an excellent shot. And the technical Canada, who are still in front. So this is currently how the teams match up. It's Canada, who are ranked #1 in the world at the moment. Brazil are 6th. As we mentioned at the top of the show, Canada the 2nd seeds, but despite the seeding for Brazil, they're great start in taking that first set. They're undefeated in the tournament so far. And there's so little to choose between them, and that really has highlighted in the graphic and highlighted in what we've been watching on court, in the way that Brazil taking the first set 21-16, but Canada bouncing back here in this second set, leading as they are off the back of the technical timeout. It does look like, dare I say, we're set for a deciding third set that carries on like this.
By 3 halfway through the second. Well played shot.
Tidy shot from Melissa.
Rumana Paredes.
It's amazing, isn't it? When you watch a game of volleyball, you think that's a great serve and the team's under pressure. Fernanda's in the sand here. She's going nowhere. Gets the ball up, and look at that. Barbara gets to have a swing on 2, and they get themselves out of trouble. It's safe to say that Sarah Pavan has definitely woken up now in this second set. Line block signalled. It looks like they're going after Fernanda. Unfortunately, though, a little too much on that serve from Melissa. Nice little shooter, tight cross court. Barbara looks up to the skies, thinking perhaps she should have got it. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, don't cut it. But that cut, got it. Couple of times now, Barbara has just struggled going out wide and then trying to hit a roll shot and cutting it over the sideline. And this is a big lead now for Canada. Pavan's going to try and take away the cross court.
That is out.
And it's an unforced error from Fernanda. Teams change ends once again. If you're new to beach volleyball, the teams change ends on multiples of 7 points. As we have a look at this, loads of room to go to that line. Didn't get enough roll on it to bring it down in time. And the reason why teams change ends in beach volleyball is that if there's any disadvantage to be had with where the sun is shining, where the wind is blowing from, then it's evened out over the course of the game. And you can see from the flags flying high, there is a breeze around here at Huntington Beach. And there certainly are, that does affect each end as the teams play. Good work from Melissa, getting the roll over the top of the block. Comes in, rolls it to the line. Very nice work. tight angle to try and roll that ball just over the block. And there was no room for Fernanda. Canada now just 2 points away from leveling the match.
It is set point 20-12.
Set point now then for Canada. Somehow, no double touch called against Barbara, but Pavan puts it down anyway. Canada take the set, 21-12. We're heading into a decider. Well, it was a great serve from Melissa, caught the net, all kind of problems for Brazil, who scramble it over, and then Pavan says, had enough of that, let's get it down, let's get off, let's get ready for the third set. So difficult, could go anywhere when it hits the top of the net. It was a really good reaction from Fernanda, and then somehow kept in play by Barbara, but all to no avail in the end. This third set will be a race to 15. This is how it's gone so far. Very good defensively, and it's Canada who've just snuck in front. But look at that, 7 aces from Brazil. Most of those coming in the first set, where Canada just weren't at the races. But those aces have been undone by the hitting errors from Brazil, 12 of which have happened, and most of those have been in the second set. It's filling up nicely here on centre court.
I've heard you. And you are. Where's my Brazil
Players now coming back out onto the sand for this race to 15 to see who will be going through to the final and who will be battling for bronze. Canada with the serve, Melissa with the ball. A tiny side out from Fernanda, getting that one off of Pavan. Pavan jumping into the cross. But it's one of those that comes off the elbow, and when it hits that part of your arm, there's no chance that you can do anything with it. Melissa sneaking that one off of Pavan. There could be a point opportunity here now for Brazil as a result. Good read, though, by Melissa. Chance to make amends. And she has done, despite the best efforts of Brazil. Canada scramble a side out. Really good pickup. Both Barbara and Melissa, very talented, very similar styles of player. There are two teams who are pretty evenly matched. One tall blocker with a very good defender behind them. And both having to play at their very, very best. And it's said often enough, and no harm in saying it again, really, at this level we are seeing this game of beach volleyball, and physically, and the physicality of these teams is almost identical. This is all about the mental battle, and that's what ultimately is going to separate these two teams. It separates the best from the great. And that was an excellent rally. That one, the carrot on the string, which Barbara couldn't get. Very good angle from Fernanda. Canada still employing the same serving tactic. They're going after Fernanda in the cross, but right now the ball is comfortable for Fernanda to deal with, and it's in front of her. She's able to make decent passes, then come in and hit those angles. The serving from Canada just needs to come up a level, needs to be a little bit higher into Fernanda where it was in the first set and in parts of the second. Both teams comfortable with their side-out game at the moment. No one as yet making a breakthrough. Net touch against Fernanda. And it's Canada who take the point. Great technique from Melissa. Full arm swing, full extension through, and then as Fernanda makes that touch, comes down and catches the net. And that's rally over. Good read from Melissa. Brazil with a little bit of luck. Unforced error from Canada. Line blocks signaled this time. Looks like they're going after Pavan. Oh, a little change up going to Melissa instead. Melissa more than equal to it as she nobody making any headway. If we get to 14 all, we'll just keep going until somebody does. Really good play from Fernanda. That time Canada got their serve working. They put Fernanda under a bit of pressure, and it almost paid off when Pavan got a touch in the block. But it was just a continuation block, and then Fernanda says, right, need to hit it harder, and she did just that. That's a really good bump set from Pavan. Square. Ones and zeros on the board. There's a real chance now, though, for Brazil. Barbara. And she takes it. Is that the breakthrough? A point from service for Brazil means it's now that it's Canada who are siding out to draw level. Slight momentum change here in Brazil's favour, courtesy of this swing from Barbara.
French tries on the board, 11-11. Melissa Humana Paredes at the line for Canada. And Mel, who dig the put away to the corner. Immediately taking the lead back. Timeout, team timeout from Brazil.
That's a really good shot. Great read. And then what a place to put that ball into the corner.
Serve, I'm gonna serve. Watch for it, and then pull back.
definitely a day for caps, sunglasses, plenty of fluids, and sun cream.
As the ladies come back on, let me get a round of applause. Huntington Beach, we had a great one for the first match of the day.
Canada it is who have managed to turn things around again in their favour here, leading with serve. Oh, that's a great dig, but not at the second time of asking. Fernanda puts it away. Brazil have their side out. It's all square again. Oh, good reactions by Melissa. A really good play. Barbara just holding her ground. And they have a point. They have the lead. They have the advantage.
The lead 13-12.
But really good defense. Barbara was stood in the cross court. Melissa looked at her, and then Barbara didn't move. And Melissa rolled it on to where Barbara was waiting. That play may well be the difference. Brazil now with the serve. Barbara with it. Cross-court block signalled by Fernanda. And now Melissa's in trouble. That's not coming back. It's an ace serve for Barbara, and it's now match point for Brazil.
Timeout like Canada when we come back.
Canada call timeout. The number 5 seeds are on the verge of going into the final and knocking out the number 2 seeds.
Coming out 14-12. Match point. Brazil and Barbara at the line.
Barbara with the serve. Canada have to side this out. Melissa has the swing, but Barbara makes the dig. There's a chance now. First time of asking, maybe. Barbara goes for it, and she's got it. And it's Brazil who take the set 15-12, and the match by 2 sets to 1. Fernanda and Barbara are through to the final. For Canada, they will have to play for bronze. It's going to be a guaranteed medal for Fernanda and Barbara as they make it through to the final.
Melissa and Sarah,
a fantastic game to get things underway here on the final day of competition at Huntington Beach. The first semi